Hey guys, we are a bit early this morning. We have a possible student later on, so we're keeping our eye on that. And we basically have done a bit of work last night, and now I'll explain a couple of things. If this runs to a reasonable degree, we should now have exploding crates, because we like exploding crates, and exploding crates are fun, apparently. So with that in mind, let's have a look. We still have our chain reaction. I'll explain this little dude in a minute, and where we are working with. Let me just check that my mic is on, and it is. Everything is A-OK, apart from the fact that 5.1 is running like a very slow thing on slow pills while asleep. But we'll soon find out. Anyway, there's these extra cameras came in. That's to do with this character here, and this character here is a dismemberment character, which is part of an asset that you're going to see some widgets appear that weren't here before, which we're going to have to remove as usual when you download an asset, and it's anything to do with blueprints or whatever, you are going to have to make changes to it. That's just the way it is. So we're going to have to do that, which we can do, and we will do in a second, but we want to see what we've got. And we want to see how this character is actually going to react to our explosions and stuff. Right, so as you can see, no AI per se. We can see here in the middle we've got this other little cross, and we have the advanced dismemberment and bone break system and the health bar, apparently, which we're obviously not going to use. But we have moved this to the C drive, by the way, to my SSD, and it has made a bit of a difference, but I think in hindsight and it's going to do an explosion in a minute. I should really have zoomed in so you can see that, but you should see the bits of wood flying about. Once it actually does something. And we'll take it from there. And we can certainly see all of our dudes running around. And it had absolutely zero effect on our dude here, which is fine. Right, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on our dude, which is this guy here. We're going to rename him as well because it's a bit generic, being BP NPC, right? And there he is, which is all well and good. Right, But what we want to do here is, I had a quick look at the bone character, and the question here is, this here it doesn't look as if it's got the widget here, so I'm guessing it's maybe in this D. Spawn weapons, character controls, handle, HUD. Right, so I'm guessing right, so it says tab, so I'm guessing create the HUD and cache. Right, is valid. Hi Lucid Dreams, how you doing? Hope you had a nice holiday. Alright, so we've got this bone break data. We've got these jump, turn, look up, move forward and all that, which we're not going to use because this character is basically an NPC, so I don't know why it's got character stuff. That's pretty pointless, right? Now, the question here is probably this. What is this HUD thing? Is this the overall HUD, or is this some sort of a now I do know this has got like another HUD for the body, and I think this is it, right? So this is the HUD here, right? There's the health HUD thing. How's things going? Oh, pretty good. I actually had a few days off myself. Well, it wasn't days off actually. I had a few days off from streaming, but I was kind of half busy and half not. Right, so you can see here we've got this HUD, right? And this has got all the stuff in it that we don't want. This health stuff and primary, secondary, third. We don't want any of this, right? So this is in the parent, so we can basically get rid of that. Right? In fact, most of this can go because this is all based on hitting like buttons. Right? So we really don't want any of this. Right? All we want to do, right, we're never possessing it, right? And that should be it. We should have got rid of all that stuff. Right? UK. Got this damage management, right? So this is good so far. So this is the damage here, right? We don't care about that. Right, so I'm guessing here that we're just going to pass in damage here, right? Which will be fun. So, yeah, compile that. Right, so we've taken a load of stuff out. And basically, probably what we want to do here, right, is basically delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. And delete that. Compile that. And there we go, we've got no errors, right? And this is, we can keep this, right? Or we can keep some of it. Alright, you can see there we've got this crap, right? And that crap. And we can leave that because we're never going to call that, right? But anything with a button, we want to just basically kill it. Right, reload, we're not doing that. Right, I've got a couple here, drop weapon, right, that can go. Fire weapon, that can go. Right mouse button, that can go. We can reintegrate some of these with anything like that is fine. It's got server stuff on it, not that we're bothered, right, because we're not going to use it, because we're never going to call that stuff. But either way, we can compile that, and now we shouldn't be getting a HUD over the top of our HUD. So let's have a look and see how we're getting on. I'm trying to answer a question here on Discord as well while we're at it. Right, so if we go down here, you'll notice we've got no funky stuff now. And we've got our chain reaction, and we've got our guys falling down and dying and whatever. Right? So basically what we need to do is take the values from these, enter it into this guy. Then when we do damage, right, we need to pass the damage through to our new character, right? So if we look at our BP soldier, you'll probably notice that he's got an interface for an explosion. And if he has, then we can plug that into the damage for our NPC. Okay, I'll show you that in a minute. Once we open it up. Okay. Where are we? Right. So there's BP soldier, right? And he has got an interface, deal damage. Right, so basically what we do is, if we go into our, this is our parent, right, and we can go to our class settings, we've got interfaces, right, and we can add BPI explosion, compile that, right, and now if we go to our BP NPC duty boy, right, we need to pass our damage through, right? So I believe, where did I see that? Was it in the break character? Alright, so let's look at the event graph. And we've got damage management, right? Here it's here, right? So what we've got to do is now this should be, if I look at class settings, yeah, it should have BP explosion, right? So deal damage. Right, so it's no that. So it's going to actually be event deal damage, right? And luckily we can just plug this in, but we need a last bone hit name, right? So don't know how we're going to do that, but we'll work it out, right? The amount is going to go in there. Then our bone name, don't know what that's going to be. I'm wondering what these are. So I'm guessing, right? That what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get our NPC, right? And we're going to have to get the mesh. Now we've got our mannequin there, right? So we're just going to have to go in here. And we're basically going to have to pick from 5, right? I'm going to have to pick for 5. And these are going to be, where the hell is it? It's opening. Right, there we go. Right. So what we're going to have to do is like get I don't know which one it is, which one we're going to have to actually get, right? Right, what we'll do, so that's foot underscore L, right? So what we'll do is make literal name, right? And we'll say foot underscore L. Okay. And we'll see if we drop a bomb on them, if it does anything. Right? So this is going to be interesting. Well, I'll rephrase that. This is going to be interesting for me. Might not be interesting for you. We might still need to, right, we're still going to have to do a we're going to have to add an AI perception to this guy as well, so this isn't going to work, right? It's not going to deal damage. We'll try it anyway, but it's not going to work. Right, you'll see it didn't do anything, right? Which is all well and good, because what we need is to go in here and we need to add this perception, right? And then we need to add this to our bone break character, right? So we need AI perception, right? And oopsie doopsie, right? So that's going to be hearing. Dominant sense is going to be hearing, right? Then we're going to open this. That only needs to be 1,000, even if that, right? We're going to have that. Minimum age 0.1, because we don't want it to basically remember it, because it's just like a one-shot wonder, right? And now we can copy that . Right, and we can pass in the bomblet here, which we can then get the data from, right? But what we're going to do in this case is and this is an AIC. No, it's not. Right, okay. Right, what we need to do is on target updated. Right. And then we can paste that. Okay, we're not going to do that then. So we should be able to do that. Yeah, I thought so. Right. Right, so that's doing something slightly different, right? So what we want to do in here let's say 200 and let's see if that does anything. Right, so we're just trying to get this to do something first. Right, once we get it to do something, we'll be up and running, basically. Be quite nice if this actually worked first time. So we'll zoom in, right, so we can see him. Then we'll drop a bomb in his head. It's doing something. And it's dealing damage. The amount is 0. Alright, so we want to stop that for now. I wonder. Alright, so this is us here, right? Right, so we can do this instead. Right. And we can add a breakpoint here. Right, so it doesn't like that because we've not filled in enough stuff, probably. Right, so sod that. Right. Don't know why I did that. Right, so we can do the damage management thing again. Right. And what we'll do is we'll just start this off with a custom event, and we'll call it grenade, just to keep it so that we know exactly what it is, right? And we're going to have an input, and we're going to say damage, and I'm guessing it's a float, right? So we'll do that, and we'll do that, we'll compile that, right? And then what one was it again? Right here, we're going to say grenade damage ew, no or no. Right, in fact, what we'll do is self, right, just to get this working so that we're not mucking around too much. And we'll say message and it's going to be deal damage. Let's say deal damage message, right, and we'll say 200, and we'll compile that, and then in theory we should get here, right, and we'll plug this back in here, right, and we'll press play. We'll drag this out the way. And we'll see how this goes, shall we? Probably can get rid of this here. Keep this for reference for the moment. You were in a glider competition. Well, that sounds exciting. How do you not be last? Do you all go in a straight... Well, I don't suppose you all go in a straight line. How does that work? Is it how long you can stay in the air, or is there some other... factor. Right, let's drop a bomb on him then. Well, that didn't work. It's no ideal, is it? Should have broke there. That's because I set it to true, because I'm an idiot. Right, so we'll do that. Let's see how this goes, shall we? It's a quiet one today. I don't know if it's because it's not my normal time, but as I was saying, I have got a possible client round about the 2 o'clock mark, so I decided that I would stream a little bit earlier to get it, and we have some damage. Now the question is, do we have bone data? Did that actually do anything? Apparently not. Well, we did blow off his... well, the question is, was that valid? Right, let's do that again. And let's see if we have valid bone data. Or have we done something in the setup that invalidated the bone data? That is a possibility. So we'll check that in a second. I don't know, I've got a vague recollection of in the setup of the HUD it might have had some bone data stuff. Because if the female and male are different, then it would have to do the thing, right? So we might have inadvertently mucked it up. Well, not mucked it up, but... so there's our bone data. We do have bone data. So I'm going to have to say that this might be... yeah, it did go in there. Question is, where's it getting to? Right, so it's getting to there. Last bone hit, foot underscore L. Alright. So it did go there. Calf L. Okay. So I'm guessing here we get to there. Right. So that's false. So apparently he's not dead. Right. Right, so we need to step into that basically. Right, we need to step into that. Right, it's decreasing value 0. Right, so there's something weird going on here. So I'm guessing right, when we do this, this is nothing, right? So we're going to check that, but we're going to do that after we have a quick break and have a cigarette. So I shall be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere, folks. If you enjoyed the stream, hit like and subscribe. And I shall be right back. Alright guys, we're back. Let's get everything set up again. Right, so we are not doing a damage, but what we can do is we can basically break this off and make a float. Well, in fact, what we could just do is break that and say 200, right? And let's see if it actually starts working. Now, we don't know yeah. Ah, we did put in 200 there. So that's a bit weird. That is indeed a bit weird. Alright, we're going to check that out because it doesn't seem to be passing the damage through. But we've put in a default 200 there anyway, and the default the literal name. Now we can basically randomize this when we want. Which we will surely do at some point. I think by the end of the day, certainly at the end of the day, we shall have some sort, not necessarily by the end of this stream, but by the end of play today, depending on how busy we get, we might have some kind of dismemberment working. Alright, so there we go. We can resume that, right? And we know that we're going into here and then into here, and this is the value that we're interested in, right? So you can see there that we've got this, and it's, for some reason, it's 0. Right? So I don't know what's going on there. It's all a bit weird on that one. Right? So it must be hey Mr. Spot, we're going to add a breakpoint here, right? Because the value coming out, damage past the main HP, is coming out 0. The local damage is going, it's probably that's okay, right? but the value coming out is not. So this damage here is not affecting our main HP. Right, now we probably just want to set this straight to here, and we probably could, right, but we need to know a bit more about how this actually works. I don't think Lucid's here anymore. So I'm thinking here that this part and we'll find out in a minute. I think we can certainly kill this our other character, right? Then the issue becomes yeah, we're a bit early today. We've got a possible student to contact later, so we're going to be talking to him round about the time that I normally stream, so there's always that. So I'm hopefully that we press play there and we're finding out what's going on, but this number here, I am absolutely sure that this value here is basically 0. Right? And I'm guessing that, well, I'm pretty sure that that's why it's not actually working at the moment. But I think we can kill our character, right? And if we can kill our character, then that's basically a decent start to where we are. Yes, I'm trying to do the evil stuff, Mr. Spock. I am trying to get our NPCs to basically blow apart. Right, we already have our crates for blowing apart. I can show you that. Right, if we zoom in, right, you'll see if I drop a bomb, right? So, if that eventually blows up, right, then we should get everything starting to blow up, and you'll see that our crates explode. We've still got a chain reaction with our stuff exploding. We probably need a little bit more juice on our explosion, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Now, here's the part here that we're worried about, right? Wow, this is running incredibly slowly. But anyway, so if we press play, it takes us to here, right? And this is the part we're bothered about, right? Once my mouse gets control of things again. Right, so we want to do a step over basically. Right, so we've got our step over. Right, now our damage should still be 200, and it is. Right, so, but the thing is, when this comes out here, I'm pretty sure this damage is 0. Yeah, they're looking good, but I need a little more juice. Right, so can dismember, true, so that's good. So we're going to have a look in here, right? But what I'm thinking is that when it comes out, this value is 0, right? So let's have a look, and 0, right? So this value is not getting passed through. So this local damage received is not getting passed to our main HP, right? So that explains why our character is not going to die, right? Now, the next thing I want to know is it's possibly to do with the bone naming. I'm thinking that there's certain bones that react and certain bones that don't, right? So it might be the calf and I've got it as the foot, right? So I'm just thinking here that it might be something to do with that, right? But if I drag that straight into there, right, we should now have our character being able to die. What do I need to make it faster? Not 5.1, basically. I need a new PC. My PC is 8 years old, and basically you need a 32 gig memory and an i11 or some bollocks like that. I don't know, right? It just depends. What you gotta remember is I'm running streaming software. I'm running 25 Google tabs. I'm running music and a couple other things, Discord, blah blah blah. Right, so any machine is going to struggle at this. And I'm still in two minds as to bring it down to 4.27. Right, but I know that's going to take a day or so to do. It's not going to make much difference either way, because I'll still have all the stuff I can do. Chaos will still work. I don't need world composition because they're going to be individual maps, so that doesn't matter. You know, the only reason for 5.1 is just to be up to date, basically, I suppose. It doesn't also help that I never restart my computer. Right, so I should be able to kill this guy this time, which will be obviously some progress, right? As you can see though, our dude Oh, he took damage. Right, so he took damage. This is going to be 200. Right. So that's cool. So if I drop another bomb on him, right, resume, 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 resume. Yeah, I've got an SSD. That blew his foot off. Watch this, right? Play, 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 play. Right, see how he's got no left leg? Right, he's got no left leg. So that's cool. Now I don't know where his left leg went, but it kinda did work. Kinda. That's that. Right, recover from ragdoll. Alright, okay, whatever. I mean, once he's dead, we don't want him to do anything. Right? Right, so if he's dead, he's dead. Right, and if he's dead, he's dead. So the question has to be, when he's dead, what do we do? And that's not him. So it's this one here. Right, we've got dismemberment, right? So I'm just wondering. I'll close that for now. We'll have a look at the animation blueprint. Alright, so it's one of these, is it? Yeah, it's one of these crazy things. Right. Ragdoll recovery. crouch, this crouch, Right, final. Aye, good for you. AB is dead. Output pause. So whatever's going on, right? It's basically right, we're not bored about that. It's moving. Right, so basically there's something that we need to do send dead to AI component. BPC stats is dead. Right, so we've got this BPC stats. Right, so where the heck is this? Don't know. BPC stats is dead. Right. BPC stats is dead. So this is the component here. Right? So let's have a look in this component. Right, so that starts the ragdoll. Hi Rafael Rodriguez, how you doing? So that's going to there, right? And then we're going to the bone data. And that's when he's dead, right? So the question has to be, why is this guy getting back up again? Right? There's this ragdoll recovery, which is doing my nut in. We don't want to recover, that's the issue here, right? When he goes down, we want him just to go down and then basically not do anything. So basically when we set is dead, I want to do this right. I can probably force it, but I want to do it right, you know? So what we'll do is we'll run this, right? And we'll zoom right in so that we can see what's going on with our dude. Now, I'm of the opinion that we're blowing his left foot off, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom right in. Right, now keep an eye on his left foot there, right? I should probably take all of these off at this point. Because we know that we're dealing with damage management. Right. Right, there he goes. That was his left. You'll notice now he's got sticky outy bit. Right? And if we drop another bomb on him, he goes down. But then he gets back up. Right, now you'll notice that he's not got a left leg now. Right? But it is working. Right? And then he gets back up. So there is a delay to him getting back up. So all we need to do is find that delay, right? And basically not have that anymore. Right, but let's have a look at our super explosions that are setting off with a chain reaction. Right, that's cool. Right, and we just need to now find out in our delays where, let's see, it seems to be this part here, right? So it seems to be this thing here. So I'm kind of just wondering, we probably don't want to even run this. Right. See, this is out here. Right, so what I'm thinking is, don't even do that. Right, but we're going to have to add a breakpoint in there because I will lose my place and not know where that is. Right, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to destroy this guy again. Right, because this guy is not going to recover. We've got a couple of things still to work out here. But probably this guy's okay. We just want to add some AI to him so that he'll actually move. Because I think if he gets hit and he's not got a leg, then he'll try to crawl or he hops. Right, but we want him to crawl. Right? But what anyway? So let's just do this as a last check. And let's see if we can kill him and make sure that he doesn't get up. Now the thing is, he is ragdolling, which I suppose is okay, although it does give us the inherent problems of ragdolling. And you can see there, he did take damage. And there you go, I've stopped him getting up. Okay. And we can kill her as well. Right. So yeah, we've started getting that working. Right, we've got basically some dismemberment going on. We have him falling over and dying. And everything's good. We've got this part here, right? And we obviously don't want to do any of this. Right? For our purposes, we don't want to do that. But I'm going to be a bit stab in the dark here. I think there's a character in this that hasn't got half of this stuff. Right, so I'm going to check out, because I had to build a project earlier with this asset in it. But we're now damaging him. Right? We're making him die. We're blowing his legs off. We can expand on this. We're going to leave that breakpoint in there so that we know where it is. It's in bone data, ragdoll events, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. So I'm going to call it there, guys. So if you enjoyed the stream, hit the like and subscribe. Mr. Spock, enjoy your Greggs sausage rolls, and I hate you for that. Right? And I shall be back later, and we shall take it from there. So bye bye for now, everyone, and thanks for watching.